I've been thinking a lot about people who have been hit the hardest during these times. People who have lost their jobs, lost their source of livelihood, of income, whose business have failed or started failing, whose products and services are no longer in demand because they shift in focus in the economy with people in lifestyle, and how hard it would be for these people. You see, the pandemic has hit so many people in different ways. There are people who have lost loved ones, who have lost their lives. But there are people who may not have lost someone, but are in loads of distress because for nowhere they don't have anything to do anymore. And it can be easy for these people. Some of us are privileged and lucky enough to still have our jobs and businesses. Some are even doing way better now. It's a very interesting thing. Some people are going down and other people are like, ooh, this is a good time for us. Some people are crying that dollar devaluation is extreme, and some people are like, yes, I'm earning in dollars, it's good. It's a very interesting dynamic. But my heart really goes out for people, especially young people, some people that I know who no longer have jobs, who no longer have an idea what to do with their business, because I mean, there's no demand for it. I don't know how you feel, but I know that it can be easy. And so I'm making this video to say, take a minute to think about the skills that you have. Think about the knowledge that you've gained, the experience that you've gained, and ask yourself, how can I convert that to produce for me right now at this time? Because the fact that you once had a job or a thriving business means that you had value to give, right? Now, times might have changed, but it doesn't mean that you no longer have value. It probably just means that you need to retweak what you have, communicate it a different way, package it a different way. That maybe you need to change strategy, you need to pivot a little bit in your offering, in the way you communicate, in your marketing, in your target market. But there's definitely still value. I was reading a book recently. I was rereading a book recently, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, and there's a chapter where he said, do not take failure personally. Failure, the professional knows that failure is part of the game, right? Failure is not that the fact that they have failed at something doesn't mean that they are a failure. The fact that this thing doesn't work the way they expected it to doesn't mean that nothing else in their lives should ever work. Failure should not be taken personally. It instead should be a learning curve of, okay, so this is where I am. What could I have done? How best could I have positioned myself at work, in my job? What kind of skills should I have acquired that I can acquire now that can then put me in a place of opportunity as against a place where it seems I'm no longer relevant? What do I need to learn more to be able to re-strategize or pivot in my business so that I can still thrive, right? So don't take it personally that, or it's not a reflection of who you are. It's time, it's season. It's unfortunate that it happened to you, but there's opportunity to take action again. There's opportunity to take a step again and keep working towards the goals that you want to achieve. So my biggest advice for anybody who has lost their source of income is to do a re-evaluation of yourself, of your experience, of your skill, of your knowledge, and ask yourself, where can I reposition myself, or how can I reposition myself to be in a place of opportunity? Before I get the next 9 to 5, what can I do as a freelancer or as a consultant to earn a little money, or not even little, because you could end up earning way more? What do I have now that I used to use in a job that I can now convert into a product and start a business of, if I want to go that way? What remote job opportunities are available for me? And if they're not available for me, what skills are currently on demand now, and do I think the way the world is going to, and how do I need to start upscaling myself so that in the next 3 months, 6 months, I would have gained the necessary knowledge or skills to then apply for better jobs that are currently on demand. And if I'm in business and my business has crumbled, it's sad, but what have I learned that I can then use to solve the current problems that people currently have? Because problems have not gone away, and problems is the biggest business opportunity ever. Where there is a need, then there's likely a solution that somebody can give and earn money from. So if your current product or service offering is not working, look for gaps. What are the current gaps? Do a survey, do a research, ask people, what do they currently need and can you offer that? Or what do you need to, how do you tweak your strategy or your product offering, how you communicate? So you can pivot without pivoting the whole business model. So you can also try. But it's not a time to sulk. I mean, it will be so easy to feel so bad and feel pity for yourself and just be depressed. But it's not a time to do that. It's a time to reevaluate and say, what are my next steps? And even though it will take time, I made a video once about waiting and timing, 2 different videos. But it's simply that things take time. So just after watching this video, you start. It doesn't mean that an opportunity is going to land in 2 weeks or in 2 months. It will take time. But what you do while you wait is as important as the results you get after that waiting period. And I always say that success is not the journey, it's the person you become in the process. So give yourself to this process of reevaluation, of upskilling, of re-strategizing, of relearning, of doing something different that you've done before, and watch how that action and that mindset would position you for even greater success than on the path that you might have been before all of this happened. It's also a good time to rest, but I'm sure you've been resting, so I'm not going to do that. Just reevaluate and think about what next can I do. I hope you find something. I hope you get an answer. I hope that in this pause, in this time of stillness, of waiting, that you search and you search and you sit with yourself and you get answers that will propel you to the next level, to greater levels, to greater success.